Oh, there you are, YouTube. Do. Subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. Hey, I think we're going to do a random ranking. That's when we go to my movie collection behind me and pick out 3 movies at random, and then we rank those movies based on whatever criteria we come up with. I'll rank them here in the video, but if you'd like to rank them in the comments below, please feel free to do so. Let's get to picking some movies. I think I'm going to do 3 next to one another, and I'll do them... let's do 1, 2, 3. Let's see what these are. See if this will work. Yes. Yes. I kind of just did this one. Didn't I just do this one? I feel like I just did this one. So I'm gonna take Club Dread out. And I'm gonna replace it with... Ooh, almost fell backwards. I'm gonna replace it with this. Oh my goodness. Okay, that works. All right, here we go. So, let's start with the first 2 that I picked out. The first one was Clueless. I just had a thought about Clueless today. We were at Target, maybe that was yesterday. We were at Target, and they were selling these pens with little palms on the end of it, just like they have in Clueless. I can't remember if it's either Ambler or Cher that has it. Or maybe it's Dion. I don't know. But do you know what I'm talking about? It's just a pen and then it has a palm on it, right? That's in that movie. If it's not in the movie, it feels like it should be in the movie. I feel like I can remember a pen with that. But yeah, I remember that was kind of like in the party favor section of Target yesterday. Let's see. Oh, dang. Look at what this movie's about. Check it out. Whatever. Popularity. Alicia Silverstone. Yeah. So, yeah, this movie was really funny. I remember when this came out. I didn't see it in theaters, though. But I remember when it did come out in theaters and everybody talking about it on the bus. And I remember the big talk was the weird situation between Paul Rudd's character and Alicia Silverstone's character, and the fact that, spoilers, they end up together because their siblings was all I heard on the bus, that they were brother and sister, and I was like, what on earth? And then, you know, watching the movie, you find out that they are like step siblings, but it's still, you know, weird, but it made the situation very different than I understood it on the bus, because nobody was being clear on the bus. It was being extra sensationalized. But yeah, I always liked this movie. Yeah, you know, I haven't watched it in a long time. It's been a lot of years. Siskel and Ebert give it 2 thumbs up. Yeah, good film. Next we have, and I gotta update this badly, and I think maybe I have ranked this one recently. Flames? And that is Clue, the movie, not the game. We're not ranking the game over here. Here's a funny story. When I was a kid, I always thought, I think I've told this before in other rankings, but I always thought Peacock was, that's Peacock, right? Let me make sure. Or is it Scarlet? Scarlet. But why is it right? Because isn't this Peacock? Gosh, been a while. But anyway, I always thought that was Susan Sarandon when I was a kid. And then I remember, I don't know, just in conversation or something with a parent, and they were like, no, that's not Susan Sarandon. But I remember my stepmom, she rented this one day. She had seen it. She was familiar with it. She loved the movie. And then she told me about it, and then rented it, and was like, you know, you got to watch this. And then I watched it. That was my first time watching it, and I really enjoyed it. And then it started showing up on movie channels, or at least I was understanding what movie channels they were seeing it on movie channels. And it was just cool because, you know, I got to see it more often, and then now I own this. But I'd like to get an updated version, because I think they have the 4K, so I should get that. But rental. Oh yeah, I remember. Maybe it's on this. Oh yeah, so on here they have the 3 different endings, and maybe the VHS was that way too. I think it was. I think the way the VHS was, it ran through every single ending back to back to back, if I remember right. But here, I think it swaps them around, maybe, depending on when you play it. I can't remember. But yeah, great movie here. A lot of great actors in it. I'm talking about that Tim Curry. I'm talking about Michael McKean, Martin Mull, Madeline Kahn, hello. Gosh. Christopher Lloyd, Doc McBrown. Doc McBrown? What? Doc McBrown? Doc Brown. Great film there. Next we have one I saw in theaters. Out of the 3, this is the only one I saw in theaters, and this is Drag Me to Hell. And it looks like we have 2 versions here, the unrated and the theatrical. Usually the unrated, I remember when that was kind of happening like in the 2000s, they're like, the unrated version, ugh, so daring, so scary, we couldn't put it in theaters. But usually all it means is they added a deleted scene, and it's just a marketing ploy. It doesn't add anything. It doesn't make it more of an R or anything like that. It doesn't, you know, and I think that's what was going on in our heads when we were buying these. It's like, oh, dang, this is unrated. Unrated. It's probably like the X-rated version, right? And no, it's just a deleted scene usually added, and it's not always good, better, or anything. Also, this girl right here, the lead, she doesn't even act anymore. When was the last time you saw her in anything? I remember what I see her in. Is this the same person that's also in one of the sisters in Dan in Real Life? I think it is, because my wife and I were looking at the filmography of that film just to see where everybody was at, what they were doing, and I think we discovered this person is no longer making movies, but they're married. She's married to a director who I think directed maybe the Crank movies and Ghost Rider 2 or something like that. I can't remember. This is all somewhat fresh information. But anyway, Drag Me to Hell. I remember thinking, like, I don't know, it's like I liked it, but there was also some silliness in it, like the guy that's dancing like that. It's kind of like, I don't know. Do we like that? Anyway, how are we going to rank these? I know how I'm going to rank them. I know exactly how I'm going to rank them. I'm going to rank them... I want to be a supermodel. All the young dudes. You know that part? All the young dudes, like that part. Those guys who are walking in slow motion during that part, I wanted to be those people so bad. Or Breckenmeyer. Like, to have that look, to have that attitude was just the coolest thing ever to me. And I just wanted to look like them. I could never find pants as baggy as theirs. And they just looked so cool in their hats, the colorful hats they had. I was like, why don't those colors exist where I live? You know, in the Midwest. I had to go to LA. If I wanted to look like that, I guess, because that stuff just wasn't in my area. Eventually we got like Jinko and stuff like that, and I got close, but I don't know, those guys during the all the young dudes part was just, I just thought they were so cool looking, and I wanted to be like them. There's certain things I can point to, like all the early Pauly Shore movies, like same thing. I wanted to be Pauly Shore so bad. He was a fashion icon to me. And then all the young dudes in this were Breckenmeyer also. Anyway, here we go. I got Clueless #1, then Clue, the movie, followed by, in third place, Drag Me to Hell. Sorry, horror fans. I know that's probably some sort of sacrilege stuff. We got some Sam Raimi there. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Clueless, then Clue the movie, and then Drag Me to Hell. But my question to you is, have you seen these films, these 3 right here? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all 3, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.